All right, read and select. Archer, nope. Adaptation, yes. Barbershop, yes. Fine, yes. Restless, yes. Collaborate, yes. Resilience, yes. Routine, transaction, yes. Consume, no. Answer, yes. No. Idealistic, institution, I believe so. Burglar, yes. Res- Prosperous, I think that was wrong. Very no. Northern, no. They would, the local finding enjoyment in the company of friends. They would, they would, no, I don't think so. Should try dash, should try lighten your backpack since we'll be walking. Okay, lighten is the correct word. I gathered my dirty clothes up into a loose dash bundle and carried them downstairs to washing machine. Okay. Watchtowers were constructed along the dash wall of outer wall of fortress. If you check the systems, for for log, okay, systems log for unusual activity. To add some bold colors to her house, Lily chose to paint the walls with bright orange tone. During guided meditation, the instructor made us imagine a gentle murmuring brook to encourage a sense of tranquility. As music filled the room, they strepched stretched their arms, allowing the melody to extend their mind and soul. Certain insects, like beetles, can cause extensive damage by boring into trees' um, bark. Boring into trees' bark. I think so. All right. Excuse me.
I tried a little bit of every dish.
Little bit of every dish. I tried a little bit of every dish.
I tried a little bit of every dish.
Every dish. All right, cool. There should be an exclamation though, but
I tried a little bit of every dish.
all right, let's move on. Oil starts smoking before boiling at the temperature that's higher than the boiling temperature of water. Oil starts smoking before the boiling at a temperature that's higher than the boiling temperature of water.
Cover the dough with plastic wrap to keep the surface from drying out.
Cover the dough with
Cover the dough with plastic wrap to keep the surface from drying out.
that's perfect. Cover the dough with plastic wrap to keep the surface from drying out.
Cover the dough with plastic wrap to keep the surface from drying out.
Right, that's perfect. The temperature in this room is nearly unbearable. Even in the middle of summer, it's abnormally uh, the dash and dash. The temperature in this room is nearly unbearable, even in the middle of the summer. Chilly. And I can't concentrate. I can't concentrate when dash to fingers to toes feel uh, L feels like they'll freeze right out. I think so. Even in the middle of the summer, it's abnormally chilly and chilly and heat. I can't concentrate when my fingers and toes feels like they'll freeze right out. So they're talking about getting freeze. So I believe it's going to be chilly, or because chilly basically means that cold. Even in the middle of the summer, it's chilly and not sure what this is. Chilly. All right, let's move on. It's okay.
I expected green lawns and quiet streets in the suburbs.
I expected green lawn and quiet street in suburbs.
I expected green lawns and quiet streets in the suburbs.
Streets, suburbs. Let's hear it for the last time.
I expected green lawns and quiet streets in the suburbs.
It's lawns. Yeah. The controller then tells the input to turn off the power as the water is already boiling. The controller then tells the input to turn off the power as the water is already boiling.
Individuals associated with academic disciplines are commonly referred to as experts or specialists.
Individuals in the VIDU, individuals associated with common fields, EXP experts.
Individuals associated with academic disciplines are commonly referred to as experts or specialists.
Academic disciplines. Let's hear it for the last time.
Individuals associated with academic disciplines are commonly referred to as experts or specialists.
Okay, now when it moves all the way around the clock, the minute hand moves forward one space. When it moves all the way around the clock, the minute hand moves forward one space.
Contrary to our expectation, the teams were quite evenly matched.
The teams were quite evenly matched. I'm not sure what he's saying in the start.
Contrary to our expectation, the teams were quite evenly matched.
Quite evenly matched. I still cannot get it. Expectations. What was that? We have one last time. Let's try to hear it. Okay.
Contrary to our expectation, the teams were quite evenly matched.
Culturatory. Culturatory. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the first word. Okay, 3D printing is also known as desktop fabrication. It involves prototyping as object real world item. It involves prototyping as object based on real world. That's correct. Based on real world item. After a digital 3D template is fed to the program, the laser stringent method centering method melt probably melt fine powder fine no that's no laser centering melts fine by bit to create multiple IPLE layers in an addition and, multiple layers in an addition process. Okay, cool. 3 means it involves prototyping as object based on real world item. After a 3D template is fed to the program, the laser centering melts fine powders uh, bit by bit to create multiple layers in it. Okay, I think that's correct.
Wine is made by the fermentation of the sugar in grapes.
Wine is made by fermentation.
Wine is made by the fermentation of the sugar in grapes.
Sugar and grapes. Sugar. That's good. Wine is made by the fermentation of the sugar and grapes.
Wine is made by the fermentation of the sugar in grapes.
Fermentation of the sugar and grapes. All right. Perfect. They help students and researchers understand the order or chronology of historical events for the subject. They help students and researchers understand the order or chronology of historical events for a subject.
All of these scenarios increase the demands for modern refrigeration and manufactured ice.
Refrigerator. And manufactured ice. All of these scenarios increase the demand for modern refrigerator and manufactured ice.
All of these scenarios increase the demands for modern refrigeration and manufactured ice.
Refrigeration. Manufactured ice. All of these scenarios increase the demand for modern refrigeration and manufactured ice.
All of these scenarios increase the demands for modern refrigeration and manufactured ice.
Scenarios. All right. The position of a person is their status or responsibility in community or group of people. The position of a person is their status or responsibility in a community or group of people.
Now, the telephone and email are the most common means of distance communication. Now, the telephone and email are the most common means of distance communication. Now, the telephone and email are the most common means of distance communication.
Right, that's correct. The games added many new things, such as breeding and a new bag system. The games added many new things, such as breeding and a new bag system.
I felt very sorry that I had put them to so much trouble.
Very sorry that I put them through so much trouble.
I felt very sorry that I had put them to so much trouble.
Through. It's not through, it's to so much trouble. Very sorry that I put them to so much trouble.
I felt very sorry that I had put them to so much trouble.
Put them to so much trouble. All right. Okay, Supernova. He also suggested that afterwards it would collide, collapse into a ball of gas from where new WHERE new stars would emerge. This was easy. Ball gas from where the new stars would emerge. Okay, let's move on to the interactive reading. A supernova is a large explosion in which star collapses and explodes. The explosion is so big that it can be seen across the universe. A supernova is a one-time event that explodes and stops dash a star. Stops being a star explodes and stop being a star. Scientists don't know why the star explodes and causes a supernova, but they dash that it has, but they believe, but they don't know, but they doubt it has something to do with a dash becoming a dash, to with a star becoming a large, no, what? Explosion is showing. So a long time explodes. In which a star become, so they do with a star become with a large or something. So it has something to do with a dash. Uh, it has something to do with a star becoming like dwarf. And really, this is really tricky. No, no, large dwarf. But this dwarf, how can it be large? Not sure. I'm just gonna choose one. Let's see. Uh, white dwarf. Press enter to fill in the passage. When the white dwarf gets small enough, it causes a super. Few times a star is destroyed in a matter of seconds. A white dwarf is a star that's 10 times the size of the small planet. White dwarf gets small enough, it causes a supernova. But again, that's a white dwarf is a star that shrinks size. Yeah, I think it should be this one. Small enough. So, right. What? Where can a supernova be seen? The explosion, which supernova is one the explosion is so big that the explosion is so big that it is seen across the universe. Or where can a supernova be seen? Can be seen across the universe. Yes, that's the correct answer. Okay. What happens when a supernova occurs? Uh, what happens when a supernova occurs? Star explodes and stop being a star. Explode and stop being a star. Occurs. that's the idea that he expressed in the passage. The center of the black hole is extremely hot. No, scientists don't know what the but they think that I think it should be this one. Yeah, supernova because they are currently the biggest. No, I think that should be correct. Best title for the passage: The Opulent New Star, The Mysteries of Supernova. This is good enough. So no, correct. No. All right, let's move on to interactive listening. Starting a conversation, a student in a public service department at a university. He's a student in a public service department at university, and you have been invited to interview for a few jobs, and you want to make sure that you're prepared. You go to your professor who has years of experience in public service sector. Sorry, it was how to prepare for an interview. Okay, I wanted to ask you for your advice about which course now. Professor, I wanted to say thank you that I've been accepted. No, my professor, I'm here to talk about my faculty. No, struggling in your class, I have trouble understanding. To advise on something. I think it should be this one.
Of course. What is it?
I want to give you advice actually. Ask for advice. There's a really big opportunity for me, and I want to make sure that I'm as prepared as possible. I think it should be this one, but let's read out the other ones. Well, I've never had a job interview in a foreign language before, so I'm not really sure what to expect. Do you have any suggestions? No, I have few upcoming interviews, and I want to know if you had any suggestions. How can I improve my interviewing skills? It can be this one as well. I've been invited to interviews for a few jobs, and I want to know if you had any tips on how to prepare on them. Okay, it's getting confusing. Yeah, I've been thinking about some project that are, so it's this, or this. So, you go to the professor of university. You have been invited to the interview for a few jobs, and you want to make sure that you are prepared. I believe it's a really big opportunity for me. I want to make sure that I'm well. I've never had a job interview in the foreign language, so this crosses out. Few upcoming interview. I want to know if you had any suggestion how can I improve my. I think it should be this. Let's see, this or this. Oh God. Okay, so it was that. Cool.
Let's see. First of all, you should make sure that you are familiar with the mission and values of the organization. They will likely ask you questions about how your experience and skills align with those.
Okay. No, I didn't think of that. Oh yeah, that's right. How's that going? You obviously put a law. We can try that. Thanks for working. Makes sense. What else?
They might also ask you behavioral questions about how you would handle certain situations. It would be helpful to have some examples of times when you've handled similar situations in the past.
Okay. Yeah. I make sure include keywords. Okay, so I should talk about my experience, skills, and composition, and performance. I would say that my speaking skills are intermediate. I can hold conversation. All right, that's helpful. What about dress code? I think that should be my next question.
For most public service organizations, business casual is usually fine unless they specify otherwise in the invitation. You want to look professional, but also approachable and like someone they would want to work with on a daily basis.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you're right. Thanks for the advice on the team. What I guess I think that would be amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Thank you for your help. I think that's correct. All right. Um, let's watch out. So we are asking him for any advice on our upcoming interview, and he says that for sure, we need to make sure that we know about the mission and values of the organization, as there will be questions on them and how my experience align with them. And secondly, he also tells us to prepare some behavioral question on how would I handle certain situation. Example, the time that I handle certain situation. Then we ask about the dress code, and for that he says, 46 seconds. For the dress code, he says it would be helpful. Most public service organization business casual is usually fine unless they specify business casual. Okay. So firstly, we want to know about the mission and value of the organization. They align with my experience. So, Writing. Right. Let's begin this one. The section where two writing questions. Okay. Ah, okay, cool. Prepare to write about the topic below. Talk about your favorite tradition or celebration. How do you participate in the event? Why is it important to you? Okay. Favorite tradition or celebration. Why is it important to you? Speaking section will have three questions. For each question, you will have 20 seconds to prepare and 90 seconds to respond. All right, cool. Let's begin.
Describe your favorite animal. What kind of animal is it? Why do you like this animal?
Okay.
Describe your favorite animal. What kind of animal is it? Why do you like this animal?
So today I would like to talk about one of the animals that I really like the most and which I admire the most as well. It is called dog, and there are various breeds of dog, and the one that I really like the most are golden retrievers. I really like some of the qualities that dogs have, one of which is staying loyal. Dogs really have a very good memory, and they keep a track of everything that has happened to them, whether you feed them, whether you hate them. So dogs really are very intelligent, and they can understand who is a person that is good with them. And that's one of the reasons why I like dogs the most. One of the example that I would like to give you is there was one time that uh, I I saw a golden retriever on the street and I went to pet him. So every time that he sees me, he comes near me and He plays with me. Oh, okay. This is a group photo, all right. And there are all those people. They're standing on the street. It's sunny. And okay, cool. So this is an image of a group of people that are standing for a group photograph. I can see that there are a total of around 15 to 20 people, and there is one photographer who's clicking their picture. The photographer is actually standing on some rock-shaped structure in order to capture the face of all of the 15 to 20 people. This group of 15 to 20 people are actually standing on the in the outside settings, and I can see that there is also a car beside them, which makes me feel that they are standing just beside the road. There's also a bright sunlight, which makes me feel that it is an afternoon time that they are trying to click a group picture. There are also some signs on the pillar behind them. Okay. Discuss a time when you made a connection with someone. How did you meet and what did you talk about? Was what did this connection enable you to do or achieve? Okay, made a connection with you. So I would like to talk about an event which I attended where I met my manager. So I attended a job fair wherein I met a manager and wherein I met a person which I wasn't aware of. We started talking about things related to my current job profile, and then I came to know that he was a recruiting person and he was looking for a job that has been posted recently in their company. When I was talking with him, I actually got to know about a lot of things about him. For example, what kind of a person he is, like what kind of a work he does. So, all of those things. This connection actually enabled me to achieve the job that I was actually looking for. And that was the whole purpose why I attended that event. And this is something that I remember from that event. Okay, writing and speaking sample. Let's begin. How do you think sports or other competitions will change in future? Describe what these changes might involve, why they might occur, provide details and example in your response. Okay, cool. I think I can write about this. Sports or other competitions will change in future. What changes might I think the sports has changed uh, in terms of the judgment being made currently and made scenarios. But uh, presently, the judgment is made by a human during the game based on based on what he sees and feels about the situation. For example, for example, um, in cricket, um, the umpire who's, who's responsible to give the of uh, decision of whether a person is out or not is based on his um, judgment. Future judgment are to be to be formed by uh, machines and technology. Technology. The main benefits of this change. Uh, let's talk about the reason first. Reason why uh, this change uh, happened is because there are many times that uh, fire makes a decision as he is not completely able to judge the situation. He is not completely able to judge the situation. And just because he is maybe and because of the time strategy RAI to give a decision. These judgments can be made in size and accurate technologies, and the margin can be reduced easily. The reason why I believe we need that these changes were so individual. Ah, oh, I am centered. So, studying a foreign language is required in some school. Overall, do you think that this is a good thing or a bad thing? Explain your opinion. Language is required in some school. All right. Studying in foreign language is mandatory in some schools. And I completely agree with this requirement of schools. And I feel that it is a good addition to the current curriculum of education system. The main reason why I feel that this is a positive thing to be added into uh, the current studying theme is because studying a foreign language kind of opens wide doors of opportunities for students, so that in future, if they graduate the high school and if they want to study in some of the other countries where that foreign language is like the main language of instructions, then in that case, I feel that the thing that they are going to learn in school is really going to help them. For example, English is taught in so many schools back in my home country, which I feel is really a good point because considering English is like the universal language, if you know if you know everything about English as a language, I feel that it makes you really able to communicate your thoughts, and even it opens a wide range of job opportunities to you. So this is one of the reason why I feel that including foreign language as a subject in school is really important. Secondly, communication is really a key when you think of pursuing your future in some foreign countries. So even in that part, I feel that studying of any of the foreign language, it might be German, Spanish, or any other language. If if you try to communicate with someone who knows that particular language, then I feel that you're going to have an effective communication rather than not communicating at all. So that is the reason why I feel that having or studying a foreign language should be must in schools. Okay, this is a good score.